Like, I should go
Yes, very well.
back.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Not a problem.
I mean, I guess I don't really have to take Valigar with me at all, but I think that it would be a bit weird not to take. Because the thing is that, yeah, it's his uncle, he let us in, and I guess he wants some kind of closure. So, and then... else I would remove. I think like Minsk doesn't have anything like a specific we.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
So I'm thinking about it. But maybe I should move the pouch in case I need something special. Maybe we take some special arrows with us. Oh, it might be needed. Maybe he can lend him his longbow. I will return it back. We'll get his stuff back when we are back.
You point, I punch.
Okay. So... I will save here, like a proper save, before in case something goes wrong. Because I definitely want Minsk back.
What is it? Consider it done.
It is good to see you again. I had hoped you would return. There's little here for me. Do you still need another party member?
Who needs to know? Did you want us to remain with the group?
I think you should go. Go to the copper cutter and we will meet you there.
Do you need something? As you wish.
Oh, this is copper coronet.
You must gather your party
Should
before
we
venturing
check?
forth.
Base in the copper corner.
I am curious. How much experience have you had with magic?
I have considerable encounters with magic through my travels, Bodyguard, if that's what you mean. You are drawn into its wake. I believe that my life is so caught up with magic that there will never be an escape from its foul presence. And I don't think magic is foul, Bodyguard. I have heard it said that magic is only as poor as its user, but I do not believe. My family had a long and intimate dance with magic. It brought only grief. I'm sure that magic can be beneficial as well. Sometimes I think Faerun would be a far better place without it. It spawns as much danger as it cures. Everything would be better done by hand, or not at all. Surely you agree that magic is also responsible for great beauty and wondrous miracles? I suppose so. You have traveled more than I. Perhaps if I see these miracles, I will be more easily convinced. I shall have to think on that. We will not travel together so long, Valigar, so it's okay.
Easily done.
Minsk there. I have to check.
At once.
I have to be sure that I know where to find Minsk. Okay, Minsk is here, that's good.
No, I can't carry anymore. Oh, I'm sorry, I dropped something.
Okay, so...
Tell me. Of course.
can go to the sphere, I guess.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Very well.
I can drink my tea while they are walking over. One faster than the others. Learn this really fast. Do we have everyone?
See a like-minded friend to be.
Help! You got to help, please! What is the matter? Oh no, they're here! They caught me!
Let me have a taste. Come.
Vampires? Pretty cattle, you cannot run. Ah, I found some helpers to aid in your case. I wonder if the saviors will prove as useful as you hope. Ah, I know of this one, Plasma. I believe you're spared our wrath before. Because of choice to come, leave this place and leave this creature to us. You're allied to neither of us yet. I will not allow this killing. That I am uninvolved doesn't make it right. We are in no mood to be patient. If you must cover with cattle, you will die with the cattle.
Whatever you need.
Weapon has no effect. I'm still here.
Yes? How can I help?
Weapon has no effect. My weapon has no effect. See a like-minded.
I thank you for saving me. I thought I was dead for certain. God, good to see that you are willing to risk your neck for a fellow ally of the Shadow Thief Guild. Looks like you were well worth the risk again, I think. Yeah, it's fine. Well,
Not a problem.
mostly live vampires. I know that is still like the final starting decision, I guess. Decide if you want to.
Consider it done.
If you want to ally with the Shadow Thieves or the vampires. So I guess I can interact with this and go. Because like once we interact with it, there is no way out until we finish it. I think we are ready. Control panel. You have initiated planet travel. The door will now open. You may not leave the sphere until the master allows it. Within the ripples of the magical pool, you see a distorted demonic valley. A place such as this could only be home to the most foul beasts. So we traveled to a different planet, I guess.
You are welcome in my sight.
Stranger, identify yourself before you come any closer. Plasma Wasp, it appears that I'm not as trapped as you are as your companions. Trapped indeed. I am Reina. I and my fellow knights of Solamnia, Onvo and Ankan, have been imprisoned in this strange dungeon for a long time. I care little about your problems. So long. Okay. Knights of Solamnia? We are the Knights of Honor and Good Upon and Saloon. A word so far removed from this one. I'm tired of honor and goodness. Get out of my face. Are there any traps up ahead I should be wary of? Traps? No, but in the dark rooms of this place I have witnessed horrors. These terrors I am loath to discuss. But if it helps your cause, then I shall. When we first arrived here, my fellow knights and I thought to explore our new surroundings. We hadn't. The west we were ambushed by small creatures, children in size but not in appetite. We were hard-pressed to battle our way out of the trap. Perhaps they were halflings? Halflings? Do halflings seek to rip and rend the flesh from your body, to swallow your flesh and suck the marrow from your bones? If so, then halflings they may be. You must be careful if you encounter them. They're crafty and worthy foe of any knight. Very well. What about Onwa?
Good day to you.
Oh, this place is not frightening but wondrous at the same time. By my oath, I have never been to such an interesting domain. Excuse my rudeness, I'm Onwa, Knight of the Sword. Far from my homeland, trapped here much as you, I suspect. But where might your homeland be? I hail from Ansalon, but I fear I will never see my beloved land again. I am in a place that exists neither here nor there. At least there is much to see, but I long for home. Who is Ankan?
Good day to you.
Rangers, be wary. This twisted hell shows no mercy to the weak of spirit. I'm Ankan, Knight of the Rose. Do not worry about my spirit. I am more capable of handling whatever danger might have within these walls. Your bravery is commendable, but the wiser woman often lives long past her more foolhardy comrades. May I offer you a little advice? Always welcome advice. Directly north you will find a room. Within its walls is an oceanic nightmare. Fish that walk as men live there. Be wary if you walk that way. Fish that walk. Yes? Don't I hold much, but I suspect you would rather not sit here for hours listening to my lectures. You're young and have an adventurous fire in your veins. You're not yet ready for true wisdom. Eh? Say so? Let's go this way first then. Halflings.
I'll hurt you if I have to. I don't like the looks of this.
Thinking is like Emperor of a solid dodge.
Yes?
I guess these other
As you
things
wish.
are kind of cheap.
Into the fray!
Nature, it is done.
What is it?
Your death turn is regenerating.
Do you need something? Easily done.
I am stuck again. Why is this
Am
happening?
I needed? Glad to be of assistance.
They're stuck in each other
Tell me,
again.
at once. Whatever you need. Of course.
Fear this magic. Minus spare.
I await your need. Please, let me help. Yes. I'm ready for anything.
In my father's name!
What happened to Jaira? He's stunned.
Just ask, and I'll do it.
Hmm?
I shall make this
Where can I be of most use? How can I help? Am I needed? I will do what I must.
A good hit.
What can I do?
A good hit.
This is a lot more exciting than any circus.
Such a mess.
Woo! We won!
Yes?
Turn is back. Guess we have been collecting some coal here for some. Hands of Takok, gauntlets of ogre power. Hands of Takok, the hands of Takok are exactly that. His very hands. Oh, that's disgusting. He lost them when he attacked a strange man crossing the spine of the world. The mysterious man turned out to be a mage of incredible power, and he used Takok's hands to create this pair of ogre skin gauntlets. Okay. Which adds strength.
What is it?
I'm not accustomed to such loads. I've had to drop something.
And we have a Reaper. Longbow.
I'm so happy you brought me with you. I never imagined that we would be doing such good things.
Go ahead, I'm scared. Until she stops being scared or panicked. Yeah, not safe.
I am ready. I am willing.
Do you need something?
It is about time.
Just like I said. Helping others and doing good things. I really don't like this. How are we helping the less fortunate, trudging around in here?
Faster than Chick-Tika Fast Paws.
Tell me.
Oh yeah, she can use these gauntlets. So she can be a bit stronger.
Whatever you need. Very well.
The silence of nature will claim you! For the greater balance! The silence!
So I got some spell. We don't need color spray. And then what was the other thing I got? It's a gem. Gem back.
Not a problem.
These tanks I remember. This appears to be a control panel relating to the creation of an iron golem. A partially completed golem stands lifeless in the tube above the panel. The golem is missing an arm and a head.
You need something?
Yes, consider it done.
So what does the book says? Golem building book. Ooh, are we going to build the golem? Finally, I have created a guardian golem that is specially suited for the challenging task of cleansing my sphere of planar creatures. It is exceedingly efficient in combat, having just recently destroyed a score of dredge and chasm demons, though it was damaged in the encounter. These notes will serve as a reminder to me on the proper method of constructing the golem, should it be destroyed. Note to self, avoid engaging other planar creatures. The exercise is quite difficult and better left to the golem. A standard golem requires 2 legs, 2 arms, and a head. Be wary that some denizens of the sphere does not steal any of my spare golem pieces. It would be frustrating to have to actually track down the pieces myself. The most difficult task comes after the pieces are assembled in the workroom. To activate the golem, you must. Unfortunately, the pages past this point are burned and their words can no longer be deciphered. That's great. Okay, the golem arm I have brought has been attached to the monster.
I'm so happy you brought me with you. I never imagined that we would be doing such great things.
We'll have to find the golem hat.
Please, let me help. Always willing to try. I'm ready for anything.
Because I took her with
I'll
me.
certainly try.
There are traps already.
What is it? As you wish.
Just ask, and I'll do it, of course.
Do you need some? Easily done.
Where can I be of most use? It's almost beneath me.
Tell me.
I am here to serve.
How can I help? Is that all? I'd hoped for more.
Another mage.
Am I needed? Speak your mind.
Not but air.
Nature's servant awaits.
Shall make this quick.
Whatever you need.
I await your news.
Oh, Jaira, can you fix these things?
go.
Everybody's kind of messed up now. Well,
Speak your as I would have done. Nature's servant awaits. I await your move.
These places can be home to the harshest of nature's creatures. What is it that you ask? I could do no less.
I'll help however I can. I'll do it.
Aye, you've thought this through.
away from her.
Yes. I thought as much.
Did you hit me?
At once.
Music is still playing for some reason. And it didn't really drop much.
Yes?
How are we helping the less fortunate trudging around in here?
It is about time.
Heal, heal, heal.
What can I do?
Speak your mind.
I have too much in my pack as it is. You
What
have
is
to
it?
pick that up off the ground.
So some dagger is the other thing. Stiletto of Demarchus. +2. Most who take up the trade of murder for hire do not do so for reasons other than personal pleasure, but not so the Lady Demarche. She took special pleasure in the torture of her targets, which is why she made this dagger. With but one touch of its polished blade, an opponent was rendered immobile, incapable of so much as screaming, yet the victim could watch and feel all that happened to them. While her opponent was thus held, the lady would slowly bleed them, sometimes taking several hours before allowing her subject to succumb for the final agony of death. The lady finally fell victim to her own evil, disarmed by a rival and struck by her own stiletto. Her fate was -20% chance per hit that the target must save death or be held for 2 rounds. Interesting weapon.
Do you need something? Of course.
First requires coal for that to work. We have 3 coals?
Into the fray!
Weapon does nothing.
Has not but air.
Well. Defeated.
Please, let me help. I will do what I can.
Tell me. Very well. Whatever you need.
For the needy!
Has no effect.
Not a problem. Oops.
Maybe fix the furnaces.
I'm ready for anything.
Nature's servant awaits.
Consider it done.
Something wrong here. Nothing.
These golems,
Yes?
don't they require some kind of blunt weapons?
Not but air.
I can hear you well enough.
What is it?
Wow. Massacred us.
Yes? Very well.
Nature's servant awaits.
What is it again that needs to be taken down with? I think it's like clubs and things. I think the club was very effective again.
I am here to serve.
Static stuff. Here is not blunt weapon.
I'm still here.
What is it? Not a problem.
Something's wrong here.
What is it that you... I could do no less.
Does this serve someone who runs
My weapon does nothing.
I thought this through.
Have you a problem?
I await you. It is done.
My weapon does nothing.
Speak, and I shall listen.
What happened to us?
For the
Float.
needy! I don't like the looks of this. Yes?
Tell me what must be done, if it serves the greater good.
Do you need something? Consider it done.
My weapon does nothing.
Tell me. As you wish.
Do you get some healing done?
Whatever you need.
My weapon does nothing.
Nature is at the ready.
Hmm?
My weapon does nothing.
I am ready. I am willing.
Ujahera.
My weapon does nothing.
Oh my god, we did it. I leveled up. That's nice. Death saving throw reduced by 2 to polymorph. Breath weapon 2 spell saving. Gains 3. I was 13! Woo! This is kind of tough.
How can I
If
help?
we have that amount of healings anymore.
I'll help however I can.
This is a dark place. Tread carefully.
It's very dark. I also kind of need to rest.
What can I do?
Each day's cycle must include rest.
Rest would be
All of
welcome.
nature's
lest we
creatures
endanger ourselves.
But what if
Yes,
we close
easily
these
done.
doors and rest?
You must watch every move in a place such as this. Dark, foul magic is drawn to these pits like flies.
Okay. Well, we are well rested. Everything is okay. Her spells back.
I have too much in my pack as it is. You'll have to pick that up off the ground.
Lightning.
What is it?
Wait, I will transform him into werewolf, I think. I don't know why I would want him to be normal werewolf if he always can be like a great werewolf. Great werewolf sounds better. Yeah, normal one. I guess if you need to.
Speak your mind.
Tell me.
Something is
This
wrong
is simply
here.
unnatural.
My weapon is no use. My weapon is no use.
This is simply
My weapon
unnatural.
is no use.
Something is
This is
wrong.
simply
My weapon is
unnatural.
no use. My weapon is no use.
This is
My
simply
weapon is
unnatural.
no use.
This is
My
simply
weapon is no use.
What is it?
My weapon is no use. My weapon is no use.
Wrong here.
My weapon does
My
nothing.
weapon is no use.
This
My
is
weapon
simply
is no
unnatural.
use. My weapon is no use.
My weapon does nothing.
Have you a balance?
My weapon does nothing.
I think Jaya
Whatever
is
you need, of
actually
course.
the only one who is kind of hitting him.
My weapon does nothing.
Yeah, very well.
Looks like I got the hat. Plum hat I needed. There, you've saved the day.
Nature's servant awaits.
This is a lot more exciting than any circus.
Healing woman?
What is it? Do you need something?
I am ready.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
Tell me, not a problem.
Oh, okay. We got the golem hat. We can go back. Can attach the golem hat. The hat that you have brought is connected to the golem by the machine. The golem awakes and being transported somewhere. Servant detects an intruder. It must be destroyed.
Whatever, consider it done.
Let's say. This girl is a tutor for the evening. No, wait, this was. And come one of the knights in this film were new. It appears I have successfully assembled a golem of sorts, which has run off to the battle with the nearby beholder. Okay. Open doors for me. Ancient writing encircles the floating obsidian sphere. These 4 runes are the key to opening the door of the lower levels. Touch each rune in the correct order. Fail and be punished. I'm misdoing. Elder Orb. A voice sounds within your head. Wizard, your spear is not a fitting grave. Your golem be damned, I shall.
Tell me what must be done. The silence of nature will claim you! Not but air.
Did the experience, so.
As you would have it.
As you wish.
So we got spell trust, which we probably already have.
No, I can't carry anymore. Oh, I'm sorry, I dropped something.
Got diamonds.
Yes? Easily done.
Where this is going? Maybe I don't want to go yet. Next
At once.
floor or something.
Of course.
I have to learn in which. Yeah, I have to find some book.
What is it? Very well. Not a problem.
This place.
You are the ones who have caused the sphere to travel once again. You fools! I was close to escaping!
Lavak!
Oh.
You will die, mortals. You and your kind have stood in my way for far too long.
You will not pass. I shall fulfill my family's vow and end your hideous life once and for all.
Yes!
And your intrusion has caused the sphere to leap back to my own dimension.
Ooh, to his own
I have been
dimension.
denied the material plane. I will have my revenge.
Do you need something?
You have to
Glory
kill
will
it.
be all yours. My weapon has no effect. I can hear you well.
Trigger. Guess you have to use a bit special arrows for this.
Such a mess.
My weapon is no use!
I'll hurt you.
Something is wrong here.
My weapon is no use!
You need something?
I'll aid you if I can.
I'm ready for anything.
My weapon is no use! My weapon is no use!
Speak your mind.
My weapon is no use! My weapon is no use! My weapon is no use! My weapon is no use!
Something is wrong
My
here.
weapon is... My weapon is no use!
Unnatural.
My weapon is no use!
Unnatural.
My weapon is no
wrong
use!
here.
Unnatural. This is simply unnatural. This is simply unnatural.
Oh. He turned me against us. What do I have? I have... domination.
Yes.
Nature's servant awaits.
Just ask, and I'll do it.
Nature is at the ready. I am here to serve.
My weapon has no effect.
What is it that you ask?
Such a mess.
Death is natural in the grand scheme. But have you a problem? Nature, gods of nature, protect me!
I await your need. I go.
Dude, no! Ugh.
Yes?
Oh.
Very well.
Sometimes it's really bad that my character is
Not a
actually so
problem.
good, because then yeah, he just killed my companions if I'm turned the other way.
Lavak! You will not.
I have been denied the material plane.
Yes.
I will have my revenge.
Nature's servant awaits.
How can I help?
I am here to serve.
What is it?
I'm still here. My weapon has no effect.
Something is wrong here.
My weapon has no effect.
Do you need something?
My weapon has no
Something is wrong here.
My weapon has no
My weapon is no use! My weapon is no use!
Oops. Something is wrong here.
My weapon does nothing.
My weapon is no use! My weapon is no use!
Something is wrong here.
This is simply
My
unnatural.
weapon is no
This is
use!
simply
My
unnatural.
weapon is no use!
Not good air.
My weapon is
Something
no
is wrong
use!
here.
This
My
is
weapon
simply
is no
unnatural.
use!
Where am I? The force that possessed me is gone.
He was possessed and now he's dead. I mean, when he actually doesn't dominate my strongest character, it's actually not a bad fight.
What is this? Some manner of trick?
Why do you be? I can barely see you. I am your descendant, Lavuk. I am Valigar Cortala, and I will not allow you to take my body to extend your life, since you yet live. I shall end it now. Cortala, yes, I remember this now. My family. Oh, I'm dying. Valigar Cortala. Of that you can be certain. Nothing would bring me greater relief. Ah, I warn you, Necromancer, I shall not be fooled. Nor do I intend to fool you, young one. I have been imprisoned in my own mind by the strange force for half an eternity. Death would be a blessing. Trying to tell me that you are not evil? That you are not the sorcerer who preyed upon its own family as a Gulu would, whose legacy has haunted my family always? No, no, I am he. I am all those things that you have said and more. I have spent half an eternity keeping that force from prying the secrets of the sphere from my mind. I could not unleash it upon my home. Thank you for ending its existence. And this should redeem you for all you have done. I say it is a fitting punishment. Indeed it is. I have had years of pain and anguish to consider my sins. I can offer to you nothing other than my sorrow, Valigar, if I have brought you pain. If I could call it all back, if I could go back and convince the man I once was that the sphere was a mission of pride doomed to failure. But I cannot. Death shall release me soon enough from my overlong life. I would ask one thing of you, Valigar Cortala, although I know you have no reason to grant it to me. I don't... What would you ask of me? I would wish to see the sky of my homeworld one final time. To be at peace, knowing that I have died in the place I was born so long ago. Die, and I wish to die there, under my own sun. In return, I shall tell you how to return the sphere to our own plane. I am glad that you entered the sphere when you did. I was able to keep from the force the fact that the sphere had a defense against intrusion. It would automatically travel to another plane. Trap that would allow me to deal with the intruders at will. But plus another time. Bring me home, Valigar Cortala, and I will tell you how. This is not a trick. Not a trick, my descendant. I have no strength left for tricks, nor any desire. I humbly beg it of you. You are not the man I expected, Lavuk. I shall do as you ask. Very well, the spear. The spear is powered by the heart of a powerful demon. Our last trip now would have depleted the power source of the last heart the spear had. You need to go into the plane and acquire the heart of another demon. know not how, but you bring the heart to the engine room of the sphere and place it inside the golem there. I will preset the control while you are gone. But go quickly, Valigar. There are things that will steer in planes and take nothing of the steer. Now that this is here, go, and I will try to hang on.
It is done. Tell me, consider it done. Whatever you need.
The meaning of the controls around the station is too complicated.
As you wish.
Am I needed? I will do what I can.
Maybe we'll open it magically then. Oh, 3,000.
Easily done.
Money, money. Oh, what is this? Hopelessness. That was probably what Zan was on in the first Baldur's Gate. Oh. When the spell is cast, the wizard can disturb the emotional state of those around her. The effect of this is to inflict a feeling of hopelessness upon the enemies. Within the visual range of the caster, upon a failed saving throw as a spell, the affected creature will lie down where they stand or give over all their will to a higher power. Sometimes they can be heard to exclaim things like, "I lay down and die," or "I'm going home," that will last for the duration of the spell, upon which will return to normal. The secondary effect of this spell is to instill upon the caster the feeling of courage. This will remove any effects of panic. Restore her morale, as well as prevent the above from creeping forth into her psyche. There is no saving throw versus this, and it will last for the duration of the spell. It will, however, be affected by magic resistance and other such. And the other thing is polymorph self. No! I do not want to polymorph yourself. Polymorph. She really doesn't like this spell.
Yes?
Failed 2 times in a row. You don't have to polymorph yourself after learning it. Never actually used that spell, but hey, it's experience, so good. We got some diamonds. We got Chazar gem or something. We got moon bar gems. We got some bolts. Lots of biting.
Yes, very well.
There are more doors out.
Glory will be ours today.
but air.
I have to use these expensive arrows.
How can I help?
Take that!
Is it a bit stinky there?
What is it? Not a problem.
Very stinky. Stinky mushrooms!
Nature could find a home here if it were properly cleansed and balanced.
Do you need something done?
Okay, so extra healings for the tanks. Then we have a new sling. Sling +2. Water stuff +1, also don't need. Bullet +1. Bolts +2.
Tell me, as you wish.
So we are in like some other planetary place, but the creatures living there are not as different as I would expect it to be.
Easily done.
Get stuck in each other, please. Oh. Lizard man.
I am here to serve.
Whatever you need.
With vengeance! Nature's servant awaits.
So be it. I am Baldur.
I won't let my friends
A
be
good
hurt!
day.
Take that!
So that they're using the same
Too
currency
much
as
in my
we do.
pack as it is. You'll have to pick that up off the ground.
Yes? What is it? At once.
Wow. Stuff? We got more stuff!
I'm not accustomed to such loads.
Slightly
I had
happy.
to drop something.
Parts +1. Some ninja toe. Should definitely like at least have a bit more extra blunt weapons for the golems. Protector of the Second. Armor class 6, 8 versus piercing and missile. And if anybody can use that. And but I guess better with that. No one else can actually wear it. This battle axe. Not impressed.
Do you need something? Of course. Very well.
I guess we're going back.
Not a problem.
I don't know which symbols to put there. Maybe we have to go to that other place now. We know what to put there. We will find some book or something. Connect us.
Am I needed? I will do what I can.
Tell me, consider it done.
Please, let me help. Glad to be of assistance.
Well, I think I'm going to take a bath. It's nice.
Whatever you need, as you wish.
Let's go to that other part. See what is there. Sahu Ajin uninjured.
For the greater balance!
It did something to me.
What is it that you ask?
Is this?
I break your news.
I'm ready for anything.
I'll help however I can.
Just ask, and I'll always willing to try.
What can I do?
Yes.
It is done. I am ready.
I'm still stunned.
Where can I be of most use? I'll certainly try.
Do you have something I'm just stunned?
Speak your mind.
Better heal me. Got a bit messy. Class +1. He has it.
I have too much in my pack as it is. You'll have to pick that up
And
off the ground.
Jaira has same.
I have too much in my pack as it is. You'll have to pick that up off the ground.
This one. Lots of biting. At least I can use the bolts with her. I got one paralytic bolt. Wow. One.
How are we helping the less fortunate trudging around in here?
Yes, easily done.
Nature's servant awaits.
Healing, baby. Heal me, Jaira! Heal me!
I'm so happy you brought me with you. I never imagined that we would be doing such great things.
You're overly excited.
A lot more exciting than this.
You could find a wound here if it were properly cleansed and balanced. I await your need.
not have that much healing left.
What is it? At once.
Guess in the worst case I could use some potion. Oh, what was the purpose of this place? This place. Calvin's Warding Whip. When this spell is cast, it dispels one spell protection of up to 8th level affecting the target creature. The spell affected by Calvin's Warding Whip are minor spell turning. I guess she will get it. Ugh. It's just that I think that the other one has a bit more access to kinds of like spell.
How can I help?
Just Eerie has like these magic spells and these priest scrolls. He has like a double amount of spells. I have to give it to.
Yes? Very well.
You are welcome here.
You have returned, and in one piece says he, what do you need of me? What does Est Solaris of Mythos mean? It means my honor is my life, and it is oath that we knights live with every day in our lives. We would be wise to embrace it yourself. Take care.
You are welcome here.
Past the bone room, you will find a chamber full of magical equipment and a large tube holding a damaged golem. This is missing. Quests get a bit messy here. Inside the planar sphere.
You are welcome in my sight.
Greetings once more. It appears that the cannibalistic children have yet to make a meal of you. This is good. As we are ambushed by small creatures. Do not have that code, do I? I only have a golem building book. Furnace is now functioning. I have one more call.
Oh, we have such stories amongst my people. Being underground is just not for the Avariel.
Maybe something was in the navigation room. The symbols in the right order.
Not a problem.
You can tell me what order it is.
Must find the heart of a demon. You must.
I am here to... I could do no less. If it serves the greater good.
What is it? Consider it done. As you wish. Easily done.
I guess that's trial and error kind of thing. I can't really find mission anywhere.
At once.
Wait, there's one more door here. I don't know.
Am I needed? I will do what I can.
Do you need something?
Press something.
Of course.
These places can be home to the harshest of nature's creatures. They will not...
Very well.
Like to take damage. Return should do
I'm
it.
here to serve.
It
I could do no
regenerates.
less.
Yes, not a problem.
It
What is it
regenerates
that you
health.
ask? If it serves the greater good.
Yeah, this is the first one.
I really don't like this. How are we helping the
What
less
is it?
fortunate
Consider
trudging
it
around
done.
in here?
I didn't have
Do you need something?
as much.
As you wish. Easily done.
Bulgarius.
One of the few
Fools! Did you believe that you could betray the coward wizards with impunity? Now you will be rewarded with nothing but death, and Valigor will be ours. Never! Go shall never have me. You shall never have me, and you shall never have your precious sphere. Idiot. You should have run much further. We have followed through the doors you opened using you as we saw fit. Now suffer our wrath.
How can I help? I will do what I can.
Yes?
Am I needed?
Nature's servant awaits.
This is not my time. Help me, please.
How is I being one shot by something?
Yes?
I don't understand.
Nature's servant awaits.
I mean, I wasn't fully healed, but... Just felt a bit over the top.
It is done.
Very well.
I am one of the few who are chosen.
The silence of nature will claim you!
What is it? Not a problem.
Go
This is simply
in!
unnatural. This is simply
Do you need
unnatural.
consider it done?
They're just blocked.
But this is not my time. Help me, please.
You basically can't even enter the room because it's so narrow.
What kind of family did you have?
I was raised by Gorion in the Candle Queen. He's the only father I've known. I see, he's a good man then. A very good man he died though. Killed by Sarah while protecting me and my animals. He's that then. My condolences. It is hard to be without your father. What about your father? What happened to him? My father grew ill and my mother realized too late what she had missed. Magical efforts sustained him and made him undead, a wild mimic of what my father was. She grew obsessed with him and with her own power, eventually joining him in his unliving existence. I was part to slay them both to put them at rest. Why he hates magic. But I must sound like a mewling child. Enough plasma, let us continue on our travels.
How can I help?
What is it? Very well. Not a problem.
I am one of the few who are chosen.
I could do no less.
Do you need something?
It's kind of bad we are like stuck here.
What is it that you ask?
Nature, it is done.
Am I needful?
My weapon is no use!
I'm still here. You've thought this through?
Yes.
Please, let me help.
I await your need.
I guess we don't need bark skin.
My weapon is no use!
Nature strikes!
Tell me.
I'll help. Back.
Natural landscape.
I need some healing.
This is not my time.
It hurts
Help
so
that to be
much. What can I do? I'll do it.
Whatever you need. Consider it done.
This is a lot more exciting than any circus.
As you wish.
Aye? Something you need?
I am ready. I am willing.
I can hear you well enough. I bet that shall do.
Just ask, and I'll do it.
My weapon has no effect.
Where can I be of most use?
My weapon has no effect.
This is simply unnatural
My
here.
weapon is no use!
This is simply
My
unnatural.
weapon is
This
no
is simply
use.
unnatural. This is simply
My
unnatural.
weapon is
This
no
is simply
use.
unnatural.
My weapon
This is
has
simply
no effect.
unnatural.
who's willing to try.
Yes, easily done.
We won. We pretty messed up, but we won and we got some special ring. Also known as the Breaker of Castles, with one word. This ring can unleash fantastic and deadly powers. When it is triggered, a barely discernible ram-like shape billows forth from the ring. This force can potentially knock opponents off walls, destroy castle gates, or crush enemies. But it is damaging as well in its own right. Ram once per day. That's an interesting ring.
I have too much in my pack as it is. You'll have to pick that up off the ground.
I don't actually know who is.
I have too much in my pack as it is. You'll have to pick that up off the ground.
What is it? At once.
You need something?
I think we need to heal and rest because we kind of rage right now. Really surprised that no one died. I guess we can use this one.
Have you a problem?
I never really use his spells because he can't use his spells when he is available. I kind of like him as a tank, but if I need to use some spells with him, I guess I can, so that is good. Yeah, let's rest.
Speak, and I shall listen.
Do you need some? Of course.
Oh, small doors first, maybe?
How can I help? I'll certainly try.
The door leads to an empty storage area. There is no point in trying to bypass the magical ward, so open it. You sure?
Tell me. Very well.
She will still not open it. Even though I want her to. I'll own it and then she did.
For the
got no effect. Such a miss.
What is it? Not a problem.
I am here to serve.
Yes?
We could use this. Protect against cold and fire. We have that somewhere?
How can I help?
Nature's servant awaits.
Not that air.
Do you need something?
What is it that you asked?
Oops.
Nature strikes! I could do no less.
Tell me, consider it done. Whatever you need. As you wish. Yes?
Am I
Yeah, I
needed?
covered some trap here.
I will do what I can.
Very tiny. Tiny trip.
What is it?
Please, glad to be of assistance.
Look, I have no space for any more. I've placed your item on the ground.
Oh, Mr. Grumpy.
Look, I have no space for any more. I've placed your item on the ground.
I'm ready for always willing to try.
Special Staff of Fire. Struck fire elementals must save versus spell or be destroyed. Summon 8 HD lesser fire elemental. Duration of 1 hour. Have it equipped. I don't use it with her, but I mean when she has it equipped.
Just ask, and I'll do it. I'll certainly try.
Shield of the Falling Stars +1. Armor class +2 and extra +4 versus missiles.
I have too much in my pack as it is. You'll have to pick that up off the ground.
Fire has a shield. Harmony. If she has it equipped.
Where can I be of most use? Of course.
No! I hated the most when the spells fail in the game. It happens again.
Yes, very well.
How can I help? I will do what I can.
Into a new spell, so I guess that's...
What is it? Not a problem. Consider it done.
Oh, golems again.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
As you wish.
They going to follow us?
Nature's servant awaits.
Nothing.
I await your need.
But if Jaira gives herself to... Because she's good against golems. She needs a bit hard skin.
Do you need something? Easily done.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
My weapon
My weapon does nothing!
Please, let me help.
Something is wrong here.
Greater balance! I could do no less.
Gather your party before venturing forth.
My weapon does nothing!
Tell me. At once.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Of course. Very well.
With nature's fury!
Something is wrong here.
This is
My
simply
weapon is
unnatural.
no use.
This is simply unnatural.
I am ready.
Something
My
is
weapon is
wrong
no
here.
use.
This is simply unnatural.
My
This is
weapon
simply
is no
unnatural.
use.
Here.
This is simply
My
unnatural.
weapon is no use.
Something is wrong
This is
here.
My
This
weapon
is
is
simply
no use.
unnatural. What is it that you ask?
My weapon is no use.
This is simply
My weapon is no use.
This is simply
My weapon
unnatural.
is no
This is
use.
simply unnatural. Have you a problem?
My weapon is no use.
Oh, really? I was just about to heal
Yes,
him.
very well. Not a problem.
In my box.
Something is wrong here.
Nature's servant awaits.
And
This
My
is
weapon
simply
is no
unnatural.
use.
I am here to serve.
Oops.
Yes?
I guess something be done with him.
How can I help?
This is simply unnatural. This is simply unnatural. I could do no less.
Something is wrong here.
He's stuck.
My weapon is no use.
Have you a problem?
Probably die there again.
My weapon is no use.
Something
My
is
weapon
wrong
is no
here.
use.
My weapon has no effect.
What is it?
My weapon is no use.
This is simply
My weapon
unnatural.
is no use.
My weapon has no effect. My weapon has no
My
effect.
weapon is no
This is
use.
simply unnatural.
My weapon.
weapon does
Oh,
nothing.
wow. Yes, killed so
Yes?
fast. Can we give him
How can I help?
the...
Yes?
What is it? Very well.
It is done.
I am here to serve. I could do no less.
Do you need something? Not a problem. Tell me.
Something is
My
wrong
weapon
here.
does nothing. I'll help however I can.
No, there's something we can do.
I'm still here.
Am I needed?
My weapon is no
Something is
use.
wrong here.
This is simply unnatural. This is simply
My
unnatural.
weapon
Something
is
is
no
wrong
use.
here.
This is simply unnatural. What is it that you ask? Have you a problem? If it serves the
My
greater
weapon is no use.
My weapon
My
has
weapon.
My weapon does nothing.
I await your news.
Something is wrong here.
Whatever you need.
My
This is
weapon is
simply
no
unnatural.
use.
Something is wrong here.
He's like barely injured.
What can I do?
This is simply
Consider it done.
Something is wrong here.
This is a lot more exciting than any circus.
This is simply unnatural. This is simply unnatural.
My weapon is no use.
Grand scheme. But this
Yes,
is not
as you
my
wish.
Something is wrong here.
Speak. I understand.
My weapon has no effect.
What is it? Easily done.
Something is wrong here.
My weapon has no effect.
I am ready.
My weapon does nothing.
My weapon has no
My
effect.
weapon does
My weapon has
nothing.
no effect. My weapon
My weapon does nothing!
Do you need something? At once.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
I want to save.
Of course.
Speak your mind. Nature's servant awaits.
You need something?
I await your news.
Tell me. Very well.
Charge! Yes. I am ready.
Oh, bruciaera.
My weapon does nothing!
My weapon has no effect.
I will
Helping
require
others
healing
and
if I
doing
am to be
good
of use to
things.
the group. It is about time. I am willing.
My weapon has no effect.
He slowed down.
My weapon does
Something's
nothing!
wrong here.
My weapon has no effect.
Whatever, not a problem.
Something is wrong here.
Consider it done.
Speak your I go. Nature's servant as I will.
My weapon does nothing!
I await your news.
My weapon has no effect. My weapon has no effect.
I will require healing if I am to be of use to the group.
My weapon has no effect.
Take a long time for her to get the next one. Come on. Get!
Yes, as you wish.
Take down.
Something is wrong here.
My weapon has no effect. My weapon has no effect.
Tell me what must be done.
Yes.
Kind of slowed.
Yes?
Presi alia vero. I am ready.
What is it? Easily done.
I shall make this
My weapon does nothing!
My weapon is no use! My weapon is no use!
Weapon has no effect.
My weapon is no use!
Do you need something? At once.
My weapon does
This
nothing!
is simply unnatural.
My weapon is no use!
Weapon has no effect.
This is
My
simply
weapon is no
unnatural.
use!
This is simply unnatural.
My weapon is no
My
use!
weapon does nothing!
Is that... I hate these golems, if you ask me. Not my favorite, guys.
Speak your mind.
Tell me. Of course.
The silence of nature will claim you!
Nature's servant awaits.
Oops. Oops.
Weapon has no effect. My weapon has no effect.
My weapon does nothing!
Not but air. Nature is a balance.
My weapon has no effect.
Please. I need to
My
rest.
weapon does nothing!
Nature strikes!
My weapon has no effect.
My weapon does nothing!
Look, I have no space for any more. I've placed your item on the ground.
I am here to serve.
Whatever you need. Very well.
Yeah, well, we are a bit exhausted here, but...
I have stamina and patience, but both are wearing thin. It's time to rest.
Disposing massive flesh seems to be the power core to the sphere. You will have to find some way to repower it if you wish to return to Alcatlan the Prime.
My legs are just aching. I've never
You must
walked
watch
so
your
much in
every
my
move in a
life.
place such as this.
Can we
Dark,
rest
foul
now?
magic is drawn to
Each
these
day's
spaces like
cycle
flies.
must include rest. All of nature's creatures suffer without it.
I await your need.
My weapon does nothing!
My weapon has no effect. My weapon has no effect.
My weapon does nothing!
My weapon has no effect. My weapon has no effect.
Oops.
My weapon does nothing!
With vengeance!
Accustomed to these long days. Could we stop and rest?
Hmm? Not a problem.
Yeah, we will rest soon.
Help! Please! I will require healing if I am to be of use to the group.
Yeah, that hurt a bit. I will rest soon, so we will fix it. Detect traps plus 25%. Wow, that is nice ring. Can't wear it?
No, I can't carry anymore. Oh, I'm sorry, I dropped something.
Ring of the Princess is good for her. Fire resistance and charm. Whatever with charm animal. Especially when he is on the front line, I guess a Ring of a Danger Sense will be good for him. And maybe he doesn't need a fire resistance.
I have too much in my pack as it is. You'll have to pick that up off the ground.
I could give him the... Didn't I think this one? Better once per day. Rem. Oh. Wow. I think I have the deadliest, not deadliest, but the most dead chat I've had in years. What's going on? Nobody even says hello. The unnatural. The most unnatural thing. Ring.
Yes, consider it done.
My microphone working? No! My microphone working? Do you hear myself? No! My microphone working? I tested it, my microphone.
What is it, as you wish?
King's Tears. Wizard Slayer. The weapon is called like my class. Bala's ex-Wizard Slayer. Bala was a foul-tempered prince of a Gallic dwarf clan, which was enslaved by a cruel elven mage in Task. Though Bala managed to escape the more cowardly traits of his race, he was even more filthy and obnoxious man than the average Gallic dwarf. Sickened of his enslavement, Bala crept into the mage's lair and cracked the elf's skull open. Although rumor has it that it was the dwarf's stench that overcame the mage, it was in fact his enchanted axe that dispelled the elf's magical defenses. It is obvious from the poor workmanship that Bala himself crafted the axe. The mystery lies in where the power originates. After a lengthy career of mage slaying, Bala died, never having revealed his secret to those who were willing to risk a lice infestation by approaching him. Some say that the axe was powered by Bala's intense hatred of wizards. The axe gives the owner the ability to dispel magic once per day. Its target is affected by miscast magic for 100 seconds. But who here specializes in axes?
Look, I have no space for any more. I've
Do you
placed your item on the
specialize in
ground.
axes? I think that is a bit like meh. Good.
Do you need something? Easily done.
Rest would be welcome, lest we endanger ourselves.
Let's rest then.
What is it that you ask? Have you a
Turn back to
problem?
human
Please.
and heal us.
I need to rest.
Vita Mortis. Then we don't really rest until healed.
Speak.
What can I do?
Tell me.
Everybody heals me.
I am ready.
Nature is at the ready.
Accustomed to these long days.
Oh, tea.
I am here to serve.
So he has this static traps plus 25%.
Whatever you need. At once.
Let's go.
Of course.
Okay, let's go to the other side.
What is it that you ask?
Ask you to switch to werewolf.
Very well.
To battle!
I salamanders.
Speak your mind.
You should go. That again.
Weapon does nothing.
With vengeance!
My weapon does nothing.
Nature's servant awaits.
Yes?
I await your need.
Nature strikes! Nature strikes!
I think that he has to be here with some kind of fire now. Because I think trolls don't really die if they are not, I think, hit with poison or fire or something.
What is it? Not a problem.
So that's why I am doing the
thought this through.
What traps?
I'm ready for anything. I will do what I can.
Otiluk's Resilience Sphere. When the spell is cast, the result is a globe of shimmering force that encloses the subject creature if it fails to save versus spell. The Resilience Sphere will contain its subject for the duration of the spell. The sphere is completely immune to all damage. In fact, the only method of removing the sphere is a successful dispel magic. Hence, the creature caught inside the globe is completely safe from all attacks, but at the same time completely unable to affect the outside world. I really love that thing about the Great Wolf that doesn't just regenerate. The regenerating health is so good, I love it. It saves healing items, that's why I always have him as a werewolf. He can tank, and when he's slow, he just regenerate. Love it.
Yes? Very well.
Gift of Peace. Helm of Defense. Gift of Peace. Oh, nice. That has a lot of resistances.
No, I can't carry anymore. Oh, I'm sorry, I dropped something.
It's the helmet. Well, I have helmet of Baldur. And anyone who would like to regenerate provisions.
I have too much in my pack as it is. You'll have to pick that up off the ground.
Or I could kind of change it, maybe. Maybe whoever needs to regenerate health while walking around can get it. We can get them to maximum.
Nature's servant awaits.
Idea. So like, I could put it on for a while and I could just regenerate. Then when I am on full, Yeah, 122. And it's regenerates 1 hit point every 5 rounds. Not very fast.
What is it? Not a problem. This is a dark place. Tread carefully.
Yes, I'm regenerating, but it's so slow that it doesn't almost.
How can I help? I will do.
Like, what's 1 HP? Like nothing.
Do you need some? Consider it done. As you wish. Easily done. At once.
I don't know, honestly, what to do.
You scan the horizon as a hawk, Valigar. Though with such an unnatural threat in your past, I cannot say I blame you.
I guess we have to go outside. I didn't think of that. You scan the horizon as a hog, Valigar. Though with such an unnatural threat in your past, I cannot say I blame you.
Unnatural, yes. I struggle to understand the differences in magic that have been presented to me. How do you feel about it, Jaheira? Are they not all cut with the same vile shroud?
Magic takes many forms, and only some dare circumvent the cycle of death. This power that draws from all things and needed to not to be feared for simply being. Suppose not, though there is ample to fear in those that wield it. Okay, I think that what I missed is that we actually have to go outside on the planet where we are. Was it just, I don't know, here?
Of course.
So like that's where we have to deliver something that we find on the planet. I already cleared it, and it's not a bad thing. If they don't
You must
respawn.
gather your party before venturing forth.
Very well.
Back to... Because like I also thought that we were locked there, but I think that when we defeated him, he unlocked it.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Not a problem.
We are on the planet. There are imps.
My weapon has no...
Tell me.
For the fallen! Take that!
Consider
Just
it done.
like I thought it would be. Helping others and doing good things.
I kind of think that this X is one hit point every 5 rounds is so slow, holy moly. I would rather be wearing my helm of Baldur or anything.
Whatever you need, as you wish.
My weapon has no effect?
I don't like the looks of this.
My weapon has no effect.
For the
Big
greater
fighting
balance!
some kind of
Such a
demon.
mess.
I will do what I must. Speed,
My
dear.
weapon has no effect. My weapon has no effect. My weapon has no effect. I'm still here.
You suck, your weapon has no effect. Try this. Like to be listening to it. all the
Easily
time.
done.
Weapon has no effect. Despair, mortal, for you have disturbed my rest. Sorry, Mr. Demon.
Yes?
How about,
Am I needed?
I await your need.
I can't hear anything! They silenced me.
I'm
Heal
so
me.
happy you brought me with you. I never imagined that we would be doing such great things.
Doesn't wanna heal me. Maybe it was because I was silenced. So I couldn't hear.
How
Do
are
I
we
have
helping the
to
less
hear
fortunate
the
trudging
spell?
around in here?
Yes, at once.
Okay, did I get the heart of a demon or something? Yeah. No one said a demon heart were supposed to be pretty, but you certainly weren't expecting this mushy, fleshy bag of vileness. Heavy and wet, the organ still beats, and even though it is stuffed away with your belongings, you hear the dreadful top. Everyone now and then you must check to make sure it has not bounced free of your pack. Okay. That's a bit funny.
No, I can't carry anymore. Oh, I'm
No,
sorry, I
I
dropped
can't
something.
carry anymore.
What is it?
For the greater balance! Nature strikes!
We have a demon heart, but
Of course.
to be honest, I just want to explore this planet. Looks a bit interesting. Looks like hell.
These places can be home to the harshest of nature's creatures. They will not suffer intruders gracefully.
I know it's gonna be fun.
So be it. I am your doom.
Yes?
So be it. I am your doom.
I am ready.
Being held, I don't like it. Do they have something?
It is about time.
I'll help however
I don't
I can.
remember who has it. Remove paralysis.
Manus potentis paro.
Speak your mind.
Do you need
Paralysis
something?
is gone. I just need to heal myself.
Nature, sir. It is done.
Tell me. Very well.
Please, let me help.
I await your need.
I am here to serve.
What can I do?
Flame arrow will not be that useful.
Concentration is under my...
I'm ready for anything.
I don't like the look of this!
Nature strikes! Not but air.
Help!
Not
Please!
but
Take
air.
that!
That no.
I'm not accustomed to such loads.
Whatever
I've
you
had to
need.
drop something.
Another demon heart. Now I have two.
Yes?
This is a lot more exciting than any circus.
I am ready.
I have a lot of HP, but not right now. I'm thinking if I get at least 100, I guess it would be good.
Yes, not a problem.
So far we got 2 demon hearts and experience for fighting those enemies.
The silence of nature will claim you!
What is it?
The silence of nature will claim you!
Spare mortal, for you have disturbed my rest.
Speak your mind.
Just ask, and I'll do it.
Hey, I'm calling in a Viver.
Something you need?
You need something?
Ooh, Foams is here! Hello, Foams. You're the first one chatting with me today. Plasma, finally have time to come say hello, Biva Dinners. Wow, thank you. Really appreciate it.
Do you need something?
How was your stream? Yes, you were streaming today.
Nature strikes!
I've been hosting and going dinner, so I don't even have time to say hellos. Yeah, but Datamec always tell us these.
Tell me. Consider it done.
Nature strikes!
Oh. I'm dying here. Help.
Whatever you need, as you wish. Hmm?
Yes? Faster than Chick. Take a fast pause.
Oh no, poor Eerie.
Yes?
I'll help however I can.
Nature strikes!
No! No, he was one hit from actually making it through.
Yes? Very well.
That's frustrating. Yeah, Data's always letting you know. Yeah, he is. So it's like, you know, the usual Plasma. Host and run. I'm like, yeah, understood. How have you been? Oh, super busy most of the time. Even though I have like free weekend now, Still feels like there's like a lots of things to do. I have been catching a bit up on my like...
Yes?
Because I started creating YouTube content as well.
I am here to serve.
Okay, I don't like to be
I'm
helped.
still here.
I'll help
It was
however I
the
can.
one who could remove it. Maybe I already did remove it and now can't. Take the back, Izzy! Hello! Free beans! Free weekend! That's awesome. Yeah, I didn't have that for a while. It gets a bit messy now. But okay, I'm health and I don't like it. No, but I make them sleep? Probably not. I can't move and I'm taking damage here, so I think I'm pretty much dead and I can... Fancy Hank, wake up, party plasma, cause party boys likes the party. What were you streaming, Fumsy, by the way? Yeah, I wanted to stream yesterday, but then I was working on this new video, which Nightbot just posted. About the new games releases for next week, week 37, 2022. Because that's the thing I have been doing lately, like... Every week I release a video about games coming next week. So this is my third video. So I made it about previous week, about this week, and now I made it about next week. So if I have the time, I guess I will just keep doing it.
Yes, very well.
Yes?
I'm still here.
How can I help?
Nature's servant awaits.
Oh, you finished the game today. Wow. Isn't that game a bit like... Wait, maybe not. It was a game and people were saying that it's a bit like... Zelda? Funny version of Assassin's Creed. More of them are coming.
What is it?
I am here to serve.
Do you need something?
We're dying here.
What is it that you ask? I could do no less.
Oops.
Hurts. Whatever they're doing to us, it really hurts.
Have you a... if it serves the greater good.
You need to heal yourself again.
Tell me.
It's mostly annoying puzzles plasma. At least
Whatever
I know
you
what
need.
to get
Not a
ready
problem.
for. Once I play it. Baldur. He's doomed. Die. Baldur is so dead.
Yes?
Oh, there's nothing I can
Yes,
do.
very well.
Oh my goodness.
I'm still here.
I am here to serve.
Let's call out this warrior first.
What is it?
Nature's servant awaits.
I actually don't know it.
How can I help?
We confuse him. I don't think we
Yes?
can, but I guess we can try. Now we are being held.
I await your need.
Do we remove that?
Yes.
We can't remove it.
Am I needed? Please, let me help.
I think we can't remove it. Because like it
Yes?
got all our mages, so it's the point.
How can I help?
Yes?
This
is it?
game knows also how to
am
be
here
pretty
to serve.
annoying many times.
Do you need very well?
So everybody's silenced. This just sucks. He's gonna die.
Yes, very well.
I'll hurt you just to feed the earth! Nature strikes!
But we killed that one pretty fast.
What
now.
is it?
Charge!
Naught but air.
Take that!
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't carry any more. Do you need something?
So that is our third one. Good.
Tell me. Whatever you need.
Oh, okay.
Not a problem.
Because we killed the demon a bit faster, huh? Yeah, it's really nice to see you again, Foams, that's for sure. I should also find some time to come over. Still, I have to catch up on some YouTube content I'm making. Yeah, no worries, Plasma. Because, like, not only I make now these videos about which games will be coming out, and I don't know, it probably takes me one video to make maybe 6 to 8 hours. Visit that I have to research the games, write down the scripts, record it, the avatar I'm using, and find some I will be playing while I'm talking about the games, and then put it all together. So I would say that, like, maybe 6 to 10 hours every week just to make it. And then, yeah, the thumbnail kind of things. And then I also make video reviews of games I
Consider
finish.
it done.
And during my vacation, me and Laser finished bunched of games, and it kind of just like collected up. And now I have still one last one we finished, which I have to video review. After that, I will just have nothing to review until I finish Baldur's Gate 2, so it will be better. It will be better. Editing is pain. I like it, but it's very time consuming.
Rest would be welcome, lest we endanger
I think that
ourselves.
it's fun. Fun, but definitely time consuming. Rest. And like I want to play games and then stream sometimes too, right? So it's the combination of like I will do YouTube videos, I will make YouTube videos, and then I want to stream a bit, and I have work and some sleep sometimes. And oh, maybe I will pause the game. Sven, hey Sven. Greetings. I wanted to ask, how do you like your thief companion? Currently thinking about making my own character a thief, but no idea if it should be a pure thief, dual class, or multi. Any recommendations you or chat can give me? Well, my thief for this game is her. And the problem with her, with Nalia, I don't know if you already met her, is that she is a dual class, right? Not multi-class, but dual class. So I guess that means that she started as a thief, and then she switched to mage. So she is high-level mage, but the thief, I think that the level of the thief ends when you add the second class. So she was level 4 thief and decided to be a mage. It was not my choice, it was her choice. I already got her like that. And I think it's okay because she will open most things. So it is really nice. And if she doesn't open it, there's this great thing with her, and that is that she can learn a spell.
Am I needed?
Which is called Knock. And this spell will basically knock spell opens locked, held, or wizard locked doors. It opens secret doors as well as locked boxes or chests. It does not raise barred gates or similar impediments. So that is really good for her. She also finds traps, but I think that I do have some item which helps her. What do I have? Thought I did have something for her. Now I'm thinking what it is. Ring? No, wait. Not a ring. Thought I had something. Oh yeah, I have the gloves of pickpocketing for her. She's not wearing them because she's wearing the armor class 6 gloves. But in case I need to pickpocket someone, I have the gloves of pickpocketing for her. And I don't know. It's been working fine for me, Sven. About you making your character thief, that's a possibility too. I actually don't know if there are any other thieves companions in the Baldur's Gate 2. I haven't really discovered any, but like I don't take evil characters, and at this point I don't take really anyone. But I think that I haven't really seen any other thieves or people who can do something. So I'm using Nalia, and I think that that's just what I will be doing. There's really not much I can do about it right now also, because I play it with my current character, with the fighter, wizard slayer I played the first game with, and I'm continuing the game with the same. Sleep sometimes. Yeah, I don't sleep much. So you could do that if you don't care that you're not playing the first game with the same character, or if you would like to create a new character, play the first game with it and then the second. I mean, I'm in chapter 2, but I probably have around 50 hours in the game, and I had no problems. Like, the only thing is that I can't get rid of Nalia. Like, now I had to take this guy in because of this mission. Then I've removed Nalia, then I realized this is not a good idea. But also what I have on this Eerie character is that she can also open doors. So they both have the spell. See, because she can also knock. So that's quite a lot of chests she can open. Will more than likely try to look for the others and test them. Still, thank you very much. No problem. I'm still figuring out things myself too. To be honest with Nalia, I thought she was multi-class when I got her. And then I was thinking, oh, she just has to level up and then her, her lock-picking skills will increase. And then she leveled up and nothing happened. And then I realized, oh, she's not a multi-class, she is dual-class. Oh, that sucks. So she will never improve, but I think that there are potions which can make her temporarily better, and then there are spells, and since she can also cast spells, it's kind of working out. Yeah, if you find someone who is, I don't think that I would remove her anyway, so you can let me know, but I think I will keep her. I kind of got used to my companions, and I like them, and I usually don't like to change them. Whatever feels comfortable. That sounds good, Datamek. Whatever feels comfortable. What's the sleep, Foams? Alrighty, time to lurk. Lurky durky, Foamsy. Oh, Majin is here. Hey, Majin. Wow. I can't even tell you guys how quiet it was here like the first 3 hours. I was even like testing if my microphone works, because I was like talking and talking and talking and nobody was talking back. Well, and then likely look for address. Okay, so.
As you wish.
I feel like we have everything on my party right now. But what companions are you using Swan right now? I have the Cerned. I really recommend him because you can use him as a mage or druid, or I don't know, whatever he is. I don't know whatever he is because I never use him in that. Shapeshifter. Last shapeshifter. Yeah, he's druid. This druid is not called shapeshifter because she has... Okay. Yeah, so it's a shapeshifter, it's druid. And I don't really use his druid form very much, so he doesn't cast spells. He has them, but he doesn't really cast spells. Because most of the time I use him in his Great Wolf form. Because he's so tanky, and Great Wolves, they regenerate health, and pretty fast, I would say. So he's tanky and he regenerates health, and it's really great. I like it. So that's him. And then Jaheira. Well, I used her in the first game as well. And Nalia is obviously for opening things and like the typical thief kind of job. But she has spells and I do like her. This guy is just temporary for this mission. I will get rid of him then. I will take back Minsk. But I think that this guy is a stalker. So he's some kind of ranger too or something, right? Like, I will not keep him. I like Minsk much. But I had to get rid of someone. And that Eerie. She has a lot of spells. I like it about her because she has spells from the Mage Book and from the Priest Scrolls. So a lot of to choose between. I like that. Because you can like, when you're casting spells for her, you can switch here and you have like a lot of spells for one, and then you switch back, and then you have these spells. So you're switching like between two books. I feel like if she is both, it gives you more opportunity to really counter whatever is needed. Usually those spells are not the same.
Easily done.
That's my team. In the first game, I was actually tanking alone. But in this one, I like that I found the Great Werewolf. It's nice that when he also takes some damage and it's not coming at me. So Datamec, have you watched my video already? I would like to know what you think. Oh no, they got stuck again. I hate small corridors, they usually get stuck in each other. I get killed because of it.
At once.
Yes, I have to put these hearts somewhere. You need a snack. Well, we will need a dinner eventually. Yeah, we are going shopping in like 40 minutes. Ichiko.
Of course.
If I have to put the heart there. Oh no, close corridor. Ow! For lack or more obvious solution, you feed the demon's hearts to one of the many mouths that are. What did it say? For lack of a more obvious solution, you feed the demon's heart to one of the many mouths that are embedded in the flesh of the structure. A moment later, the sphere shudders and you can sense it powering up. The party has gained 45,500 experience. Woo! The power core of the sphere roars to life, distorting space as it races through the planes. After a few minutes, the sphere lurches, the power fades, and the power core fizzles. The sphere has taken its last planar shot. We are going home now? Sphere engine is dead and energy permanently drained after returning you to Atkatla. Okay, we are back home then. I hope that your uncle didn't lie to us about that.
Very well.
He wants to die, and before he dies he wants to see his homeland. Then he can die in peace. I hope he still wants to die. He's like 500 years old. Or something, I don't know. He should be dead already. So what are you snacking on, Datamec?
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Not a problem.
Okay, I'm going back to him to tell him that we arrived. Then he will turn even eviler. Eviler. I don't know. Oh, Machine! How are you? How is Kitty? Oh no! Wrong way! Thing. Or not.
Please, I will do
Amazing.
what I can.
Where is he going? Like there's a shortcut here. Harry. I feel like these corridors have never really been made for big parties.
What is it? Consider it done.
Just block each other's movement. They don't know how to walk through it. Have a tea.
Oh, we have such stories amongst my people. Being underground is just not for the Avariel.
As you wish.
Now he turns evil. Avok.
We'll return to our own plane. Please, please, stranger, as per our bargain, let me see my son one last time.
I will do as you ask.
I am most grateful. If you could but carry me, my strength has all but fled. My last moments are upon me. Ah, it is the sky after all. I had forgotten how it looked after so long. I thank you. I wish.
He is dead. Lavak,
Okay.
the necromancer, is finally dead. I can scarce believe it. My family's vow has been fulfilled, and I am now safe. And yet I feel little satisfaction. I had no idea it would be like this. Could he actually have been redeemed?
After all this time, did he actually fight a demon to prevent it from escaping the sphere?
If you had asked me such a question even a day ago, I would have answered that such redemption was impossible. Now I am not so sure. I think perhaps that I do not know all that I think I do. I have not seen as much of the world as I thought I did. A disturbing realization. I would continue to travel with you if you would allow me. If there is so much I am not aware of, I must discover it. Will you have me?
I have no desire to travel with a useless lout like yourself. You haven't seen nearly half the world as I have, and I will not be the one to teach it to you. Oh, that's so rude. Be glad to have you in my company. My thanks, Plasma. I will not fail you.
I'm sorry, I can't carry any more.
Well, it will not be for too long, but I didn't tell him. I'm actually going to remove him really. I still have the demon hearts.
No, I can't carry anymore.
I'm not accustomed to such
I'm
loads.
sorry, I
I've
dropped
had to
something.
drop something.
See what kind of ring we got. The wearer can memorize 2 extra to 2nd level spells, 1 extra 3rd level spell, and 1 extra 4th level spell. Eerie is the only one who can wear it. Armor class for you. I think memorizing more spells is pretty useful. He's the only one who can wear Ring of a Princess as well.
What can I do?
King Cloud. I mean, extra haste could be always useful.
Do you need something? Easily done.
Are we able to still go in?
At once.
I wonder if the people are still here. We told them that we have arrived today.
You are welcome in my sight.
Tidings for us. We are returned to my world, but the sphere can no longer travel between the planes. Then we are trapped here. As Knights of Solamnia, we shall bear this with good grace. We will travel your world and lend our swords and our souls to the cause of the right. Perhaps we will meet again. Eh. You are certainly working the wrong way. This is not the way out. Perhaps they want to do some looting before they go.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
Of course.
Okay, I'm going back for for Minsk. I miss him already. So let's go here. So that's nice. I guess I can get my companion back and they organize things, maybe sell something, and then maybe I can save it after dinner.
Very well.
You'll find no better prices in Arm. I guarantee it.
I don't really use darts. $14 of chainmails for 18. I mean, some 200 and something. Half of the second. I not want. Slayer. I think Wizard Slayer was not on our group really used Axis a bit. Well, I don't really have shamans, so
Whatever you need. Not a problem. Consider it done.
Demons, I'm coming, my friend.
I'm still here.
Drop everything. It's not yours. This is. Portala family blade, okay. He doesn't have anything left, he has just his things. Here.
As you wish.
Where goes the stench of evil, so goes the cleansing wind of Minsk and Boo.
Missed you, Minsk! Data versus donut. Data wins. Flawless numbing. What is the filling in the donut? Stand your curse, armor clouds, and state your business in this place. Wait, I know of you. Oh, happy day, you have come to collect Minsk and Boo, and together we shall put our collective boots to our enemies. We would love to have you in our party, Minsk. Minsk and Boo and you, there can be no greater team in all the realms. Okay, well, bye, Valigor.
Are we through? I should like to know if we are to continue.
No, we should split up for now.
As you wish. If you change your mind, I would still like to travel with you. I still think I have much to see in this world.
That's not possible. Why don't you just wait here, and if you need, you're gonna... Now go to your cabin, I mean. And not just be waiting the whole game here. Alright, well, we will go if we need. He will be better in his cabin.
You point, I punch. I have had to drop what you gave me. I have only 2 arms and no more space.
Jelly. What's this about the booty? Minsk and Boo!
I have had to drop what you gave me. I have only 2 arms and no more space.
More space in paradise.
Swords, not words! I have had to drop what you gave me. I have only 2 arms and no more space.
Yes?
Okay, well, we are back together again. Well, he also had the pouch, but I guess I could... Fine. No boots. Oh, nobody really has any boots.
What is it? Easily done.
Hasn't been boots at all.
I got some cheap beer for you.
But I'm on good terms with Harper's and I don't want to change. What's good around about what happened, Jaira? Ain't true, is it? The way they tell it, Bernard, you know me, so trust in what I do. Good enough for me. Business as usual between you and me then.
I gotta stop dipping into me own ale.
will sell the darts.
Do you need some at once?
So I don't know what I will be doing in the game after dinner. Maybe something in the sewers I could do. Because there is the Fallen Paladins. So also there is in Bridge District are the Fallen Paladins. So I could do Fallen Paladins and this place. Could restore Kangarek's body, for example. Places are. I also have that one where I can go to Nira's place. I think that the sewers would be good. Maybe I should restore his body and I should do the Fallen Paladins, and maybe then I could travel to Wild Forest. And when I'm over there, maybe I could do the first floor of the Watcher's Keep. I will think about it during like shopping and dinner and such. So the store is closing in like 1 hour and 10 minutes, so we have to do some shopping for the weekend, buy some food and such, make some dinner and then eat. After that I will still be streaming weekend, and I have a free weekend.
You must gather your party before
2 streams
venturing
per day,
forth.
easy peasy. So I will save now. The desktop and there will be still one more. It's pretty deep. Wait, so this was stream number 13? Yeah, so this was a 13th stream and I'm still in the chapter 2. It's crazy. Yeah, I have 52 hours in the game. I go to discover the secrets of the Planar sphere achievement. Well, I didn't want to continue to the next chapter until I have finished all side quests and everything what I have on the list what can be finished, because what if I go to the next chapter and then I can go back to those quests. I do them first and then I do the main quests. Streaming demon. Okie dokie, Datamek and everybody else. Thank you for being here today. And for the chat, was really nice. And I will see you after dinner, which will be relatively soon, I would say. I don't think that we will be cooking something which will take a long time. Just fast shopping, fast cooking, fast eating, and then another stream. I don't know if you guys will be awake, but if you are and you want to spend some more time with Baldur's Gate and me, then I will be back. Fast food, yeah, something definitely faster. So take care and I'll see you soon. Ta-da, ti-dee, to-doo! Stingers up! Achoo!